Okay, so let's look at these problems. Looking at the directions, it says perform each operation. Make sure your head's up and you're paying attention. Oh wait, I didn't get y'all's clickers. Let me grab those real fast. And in order too, it must be my birthday. So, it says perform each operation, reduce each fraction if possible, which means you don't always have to do it. Sometimes it's not necessary, but you should always check, okay? Make sure your calculator's flat on your desk where you can get to it. If you need to clear, remember the clear up there is second plus 712. I would go on and clear it because your Algebra 1 counterparts yesterday were working on it, doing different things, so I would clear it out just for your own good in this case, but have your calculator close by. Do not write your answers as mixed numbers. Do not write them as decimals. We're used to seeing that. So with number 1, what's the first thing I need to do here? What's the first thing I need to do? What operation's happening? Multiplication. So what do I need to do first? Multiply the top two. So what's being multiplied first? 1 times 2. If you don't know it, can you type it in the calculator? Yes, no? Can we be receptive today? Can we get the energy up just a little bit? Don't be energy vampires. That's the number one thing Miss Lipsey asks every single time because I'm having to do this 3 times a day. Okay? We really don't get no break to be turned off. So if you want energy from me, can I get energy from you? Yes, ma'am? Can everybody tell me that? Thank you. So what's being multiplied first? So what's 1 times 2?
2.
Perfect. What's being multiplied next? What's 4 times 3?
12.
Does 2 and 12 have a common factor? Of what? 2. So what's 2 divided by 2? What is 12 divided by 2?
6.
Is there any other factors between 1 and 6? So that's it. Any questions there? Those who didn't get this one, do you see where your mistakes were? Some of them were very small. Looking at number 2, so we're going straight across. Is what operation's happening, multiplication or division? So what needs to happen first? 3 times 1. So what's 3 times 1? What's next? 4 times 2, which is? Are there any common factors between 3 and 8? So this is my final answer, right? Looking at number 3, what operation's happening? Multiplication. So what's being done first? What is 1 times 1? What's next? Which is? Is there any way to simplify 1 and 6? Then that's my answer, right? Any questions there? Okay, looking at number 4, what operation's happening? Multiplication, so what's going to happen first? 9 times 5. So we're typing that in if we don't know it, right? We're going to learn our multiples and our factors in time, but for right now, use your calculator. That way we're expediting the process and you're actually getting time to train on the calculator. So what'd you get? 45. Then 11 times 4. Are there any common factors between 45 and 44? No, then that's the answer. Because the only factors of 45 are 1 and 45, 3 and 15, and 9 and 5, right? And none of those fit into 44 except for 1. Any questions? Okay, 5. What operation's happening here? So what needs to happen? Keep the first fraction the same. Change division into multiplication, I agree. So what am I going to write down? 4 over 9. And then isn't this just like the top 4 we just did? So what's going to happen next? Perfect. Multiply 7 times 4. Can we get that typed in, please, if we don't know it? Everybody get 28?
Yeah.
Then?
72.
No, because what's happening between those two numbers? What operation? Multiplication, you were adding when you got 17.
Actually 72.
You said 72? I said 17. That's why I was like, maybe not. So, everybody get 72? Can this simplify further? Because do you know their common term? Can we find it pretty easily looking at factors? Let's try it. So, what's the most basic way to break down 28? One and 28. Then we have 2 and because isn't 28 an even number? 14. And then can we do another 2? 2 times 7. So can we look at 72 now?
All juniors,
Let's look at 72.
last name starting with D through H, please make your way to the multipurpose room for laptop distribution. All juniors with the last name D through H.
What would be next here? 2 times, because it's even. So we know a 2 can go. 2 times 36. And then how can I break that down further? Can I do another 2? Can I do a 3?
18.
You want to do 18? So what multiplies to get it? 2 times 18? And 18 can still be broken down, right? Into what? Two times 9. And then how can 9 be broken down? It's about getting 2 prime numbers, right? So 3 times 3. So do we see anything that's obviously in front of us? Any numbers that are obvious for us in this case? Yes, no? Probably not when you're looking at it, right? So the biggest term we could take out of this is actually 4. Because what's 2 times 2? And what is 2 times 2? So if we take a 4 out of this, put in your calculator 28 divided by 4. Jordan, make sure you're typing in, baby. Just writing it ain't going to do anything because you're not going to know where the numbers are coming from. We got to fix these habits now, right? Miss Lipsey's teaching you how to work and how to study. We want to pass Algebra 1 the first time, yes? We don't want to have to wait to graduate, right?
I already knew what 28 divided by 4.
Okay, babe. But type it in for me, okay? This is a new calculator for you. I'm trying to make sure you know your keystrokes. What'd y'all get? 7. Then, what am I typing in next? 72 divided by 4. What'd y'all get? Are there any other factors between 7 and 18? So we're good right here. I want you to show your work always, but this is the work I'm mainly focused on, is this right here. Show me your keep, change, flip, okay? I want to see that. Everybody good? Let's look at number 6. What operation's happening here? Division. So what do I need to do? Okay, so tell me what I'm rewriting. But what am I writing first? 5 over 2. Then I'm doing number 6 right now. You're okay. That's why I'm doing these top 8 with you to leave the other practices for you to work on. So 5 over 2, what happens next? Multiplying by 8 over 6. What do I need to do from here? Multiply 5 times 8. I'm making sure people are typing in and following along with us because, again, when's your first math quiz? Next Friday. Do you realize I still have 4 more lessons between now and then, and all of them will be covered on the quiz? And you can't ask me and Miss Davis for help on the quiz? So which means what you get is what you get? Even with the curve, some kids still flat out fail that first quiz because guess what? Are they taking it seriously until that grade hits the grade book? No. Some people don't take a vocabulary quiz seriously until it hits the grade book. So, take it seriously, y'all. Can we participate better? Can we use our words? Can we type on our calculators to make this go by quicker? Because don't I have a whole other lesson that I have to teach today? Yeah, this is from yesterday. So which means this is me going over what we did yesterday so we can do what we're doing today a little bit smoother, okay? Push through. I know it's early. I know it's early. But you need to get in bed, eat some breakfast, drink some water, stop eating things that don't make no sense first thing in the morning. To save your stomach in the afternoon, please and thank you, okay? So can we sit up and perk up? No, this is all being recorded right now. I'm uploading this today. So please don't let your name be being called while I'm recording these videos, because it's just giving documentation for your parents to go back and look at. Right? Because they're saying, Miss Lipsey's doing her job, she's trying to teach, but what's going on with the class? And I'm going to go, some of them got their head down, some of them don't want to type, some of them don't want to do this, some of them don't want to do that. And I don't want to say anything bad. I want to be able to be positive about you guys. So please, 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 push through today, okay? Push through. So what am I multiplying first? So 5 times 8, can we get that typed in really quickly, please? What'd y'all get? What's next?
12.
Because what do we multiply? Thank you. Is there a factor between 40 and 12 that's a greatest common one? What did you say? 4. Because what is 12 divided by 4? Isn't 3 a prime number? So we know the bottom is going to be 3 and it can't be changed. So what's 40 divided by 4? 10. Are there any common factors between 10 and 3? Not other than 1. So that's the answer. Any questions there? Everybody good? All right, let's look at number 7. What operation's happening here, division or multiplication? Division, so how would I rewrite this? Times 10 over 3 equals, Jordan, what should be at the top? Because what did you multiply?
7 times 10.
Perfect. Jordan A, what should be at the bottom? Because what did you multiply? Perfect. Now, Ian, I'm going to ask you a question. Is there any common term between 70 and 45 that you know off the top of your head? You sure? Do they end at 0 and 5? So what are they automatically divisible by? 5. So can we try that one and see if that works? So, Ali, do me a favor. Type in 70 divided by 5 for me, please. And Colin, can you type in 45 divided by 5, please? Ali, what'd you get? You got 14? Colin, what'd you get?
9.
You got 9. So, let's look at that. I heard 14, and I heard 9. Are there any factors between 14 and 9 that actually can go into it? What do you think, Brandon? Think there's any other factors that can go into 14 and 9 to make it simplify more? Is 3 a factor of 14? Let's check. In your calculator, type in 14 divided by 3. This is for everybody. This is how you can tell if it's a factor or not. When you hit enter, did it give you a whole number back? Then that means it's not a factor. Does that make sense, Brandon? So is there any other ones we can use in this case? It's okay, you got it. If that 14 was a 15, we'd be talking. But you think there's any more? What do you think, Zatarian? Help him out. Do you think there's any other factors between 14 and 9? Check. Type in 9 divided by 2. Did that give you a whole number back? So is 2 a factor of 9? So will that work? So, as a group, do you think there's any other factors between 14 and 9? No, because 14 is even with factors of 1 and 14, 2 and 7. Do any of those numbers go into 9? No. That's it. Any questions there? Perfect. Matthew, can you do me a favor? Can you help me rewrite number 8? Perfect. Perfect. From there, Denver, can you tell me what should be at the top? Do you know what to do? Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am? Do you know how to get the top number? I mean, can you say yes or no? So, let's help her out. Gavin, how do I get the top number? Thank you. So can you do that for me, please, in your calculator, Denver? Can you grab that from me, Miss Davis? Thank you. 6 times 4, what'd you get? What'd you get, Denver? Perfect. So can you tell me how to get the bottom number that you know how to get the top one? Denver, can you give me that bottom one, please? So, can you tell me what's going to be at the top, at the bottom, Annabelle? 13 times 7, which gets you? Everybody get 91 down there?
Yes.
Perfect. It's important to know what you are doing because this will be tested. Okay, she just needs to give me her bathroom pass and get a hall pass to go. Is there any factors between 24 and 91? No, because 91 is very much prime at this point. So, that's all we got. I need your bathroom pass. So your hole punch, Denver, that I gave you. Thank you. Any questions here? Do we feel more confident on this? Do you know how to answer the necessary questions to be able to do this?
Yes.
Please know how, okay? So, this is all we're doing here. The rest are for you to complete as your practice. Remember, you have to have it done by Friday. Do not wait. Work on them as you go. Any questions? Yes, baby. All the papers I give you, you will have practices to do independently. That goes in the place of homework. Would you rather have a whole new homework page? Okay, then this is how we fix that. Have you felt that way all morning? Have you had, what have you had to eat? Can you do me a favor? Have you eaten yours? All right, guys, I'm coming around with your paper. Put your name and date on this. The sooner we do this, you get another daily grade, which is great. Y'all seen y'all's grades so far. They're looking pristine with those daily grades in there. Yes.
I think I can give houses.
Yes, I'm gonna do that later. Can I do the class right now?
Oh, yeah.
I told you at the beginning, I'm gonna give it to y'all on, index card.
Okay.
You wouldn't even live. You put hers on the desk. Name and date, okay? Name and date. And guys, if I give you an extra one, just let me know, because these papers stick together like really bad.
I only got one.
What do you mean?
No.
I was about to say, I told you they stick together. I can say it out loud at least 3 times. Somebody still tell Miss Lipsey, I only got one of them.